just chilling with Adam, yeah, I'm just chilling with Adam, I'm just chilling with Adam, look, that's the host of Adam, I'm just chilling with Adam.
Adam22 show featuring Ice Poseidon. How the fuck you doing, bro?
Yo, Adam, I'm good. It's been a while. I haven't seen you in a bit.
I know. Shit has changed. Like, actually, because wasn't it the fact that you were banned on... Oh, no, you couldn't come here for a while because we were using Twitch and YouTube at the same time. And so you couldn't be on when we had Twitch going.
I mean...
We got banned anyway.
For what? Just random fucking drug shit or what?
I don't even remember what it was. Fuck that shit, though. We on YouTube now.
Yeah, honestly, Twitch is not the platform that you can do much on.
No, Twitch is old school. Twitch is what we used to do before we got this cool YouTube thing. So we almost lost you, though, for a couple months, huh?
What do you mean?
When you got striked for the it was for a weed sponsorship, is what I heard.
Yeah, I had a fucking had a weed sponsor, like a link in my description that says buy weed here if you're over 21. I didn't think anything wrong with that. Weed's legal in California, but YouTube had an issue, and then they actually were going to keep the strike, but someone, my network just helped me out, and they convinced them that 3 months was like way over the top of a punishment.
Right.
It was already like 2 weeks I didn't stream, and that was bad enough.
Yeah.
So,
damn. So you're back in the game now, though.
Yeah, that's the one thing that YouTube has wrong. The fucking strike system is such bullshit.
Right.
3 months to get one strike. I've been struck like 6 times, and it's so annoying.
And every time you got to just have the label fucking pressure the fuck out of them.
Yeah, I mean, I have the network.
The network, yeah. I'm used to saying a label. That's how I think I'm in the music industry now.
I try to get them to help me out, but it's like usually a week off streaming every fucking strike, so it's a bitch.
What else have you got striked for in recent memory?
I mean, usually it's just bullshit, like random bullshit. Either it's like, usually there's no reason. It just kind of happens. Like, I don't know. It just happens.
It's weird, though, because it feels like YouTube at this point, like you're kind of their guy and like they should want to keep you happy. Isn't that like what you would think, but it doesn't always feel that way?
I mean, YouTube's a big platform. They have people like, with 10 million subscribers. Why the fuck would they care about me? Yeah. I mean, I may get a lot of live viewers, but that's probably so small in their eyes compared to somebody like fucking Jake Paul or some shit.
Right.
Like he makes them money. I don't really make them much money.
Right. Well, so I've been kind of fascinated what I've been seeing you do. Guys, Lavelle, go outside if you guys are going to talk and shit. You want to wear the headphones? It's really nice, trust me. But you just need quiet on the set. No, but what I'm interested about is when I started to see the RV stuff and I started to see you start like the CX network and everything, I was like, wow, he's really trying to sort of turn his life into a movie by like introducing all these sort of like weird characters and making your life more interesting so that the live streams are better. Was that kind of what you were thinking with that?
I mean, something like that. I kind of just like having a lot of people around that stream that are around me and in my community and stuff because one, takes a lot of pressure off me if I don't have a good stream for a couple days or whatever. And secondly, I can't grow something by myself. I want to grow YouTube live streaming a lot bigger than what it is. And if I want to grow this like community more so than it already is, I have to take the next step. And I feel like the next step was getting a bunch of streamers to stream in the community as well to really create like a really tight knit type of thing.
Right.
And then in the future, I want to create, I just have like really crazy big fantasies that sound ridiculous, but I want to get like a whole block, like rent a bunch of houses on a block and have people stream there, and it would just be like the next level shit.
How do you choose the type of people that you want to introduce into your world like that? Is it organic where they're just your friends, or do you just go and get the kookiest, craziest people you can find, which is what I kind of think when I see it?
I mean, I kind of just go throughout my streams every day, and if I meet somebody or somebody comes to me that's like seems interesting, I'll try to help them out with their streams, and then hopefully they have good streams and become a good streamer.
Right.
And I think a lot of the people that are currently on the CX network are decent enough streamers for sure. Sam, I think, is a good streamer. I think EBZ is a good streamer. I think I need to find more.
We were with you the night that you met EBZ, right?
Yeah.
He was your Uber driver.
Yeah, and I brought him here.
And he rapped his ass off.
Yeah, he's still working on it. He's got some good songs now.
He's still rapping his shit. That was a fucking crazy night. I forgot about that, man. That was wild.
Yeah, that was a long ass time ago. That was like 7-8 months ago now when you think about it. He's actually gone from becoming just a rapper to a slapper as well.
What is a slapper?
Where you slap people who fucking piss you off.
Who has he slapped?
Man, he slaps everyone. He slaps Sam. He slaps fucking...
What did he slap Sam for, just to put it in perspective?
Sam came up to Mexican Andy, another guy, and he was just like, just talking to him, and EBZ felt disrespected at what he said to Mexican Andy, so he went up to Sam and he slapped him. And, ever since then, EBZ's been slapping hella people. He slapped this other streamer fucking that we have, and anyone who pisses him off, he just slaps people, and it's amazing.
Nobody's pressed charges yet?
Well, no. I mean, no one's gonna press charges. Not in my community at least. Like that'd be a shitty fucking thing to do.
Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, I just feel like if you're on camera slapping people, it's like it can catch up to you pretty quick.
I mean, it does, and I mean, obviously, the cops were called on EBZ. Like 2 weeks ago, we were in Florida, and the cops came specifically because he slapped someone.
Wow.
But I talked to the cops, and EBZ talked to the cops, and they didn't give a shit because we were just like, it's on video. It's like. He pissed him off. The guy was expecting the slap more than likely, so it doesn't matter.
So for me, I want to know, what do you think of my style of consumption of the Ice Poseidon content? Because for me, I don't really have the kind of schedule where I could just chill and watch the live streams. I do that occasionally, but I am more likely to just sort of wake up in the morning and just your highlight clips just sort of show up in my recommended and everything. How do you feel about that? I just realized that we never started recording, so we're going to have to actually clip this out of the live stream at some point. Whatever. We'll be able to do it. It'll be easy. No, but so I just sort of like find the highlight clips, and I just sort of take those and I'll just watch them. And so I'll see just sort of like random wild occurrences that happen on the stream.
Yeah.
Is that normal?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think a lot of people watch, an entire 5-6 hour stream. That's a lot of someone's day. Most people have jobs and can't do that.
Right.
So highlight clips are a huge, marketing thing for my stream. People watch the highlight clips and they come to the stream when they see it live. My typical everyday streams, I don't expect most of my viewers to always be there and watch them because, every day is, for 6 hours is a huge commitment. But that's why I do a lot of event stuff. So if I do like an RV trip, I hype it up. And then when it's live for that week, people will find time for that 1 week to watch every single stream for the whole length. And it definitely helps, boost my numbers and help my channel a lot.
That's tight. Yeah, I admire it when you do like the big fucking events and stuff. I actually have a really dope idea for an event that I want to do, and I want to get you involved. Just sort of something that we could do here at the store or something. But the problem is, I think that too many people would come, and it would be a problem.
I mean, you did the X thing.
Exactly.
And you shut down the whole road with that.
I know, and we got in a lot of trouble.
Wait, did you actually get fined for that?
I don't think we got a fine, but definitely the law enforcement was upset about it.
I mean, if they didn't do anything about it, fuck it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But, doing something here would be sick, actually. I mean, I don't think like a million people would show up. I think it'd be fine. It just depends on what we do.
Yeah, and we just have to be sort of careful about. Well, when we do events here now, we kind of got to get security and shit because like the fucking the landlord would like get pissed off if we don't. If there's a shitload of people and there's not security, they're pissed.
Really? That's kind of weird.
Well, our shit's getting kind of out of control. We did like a Shoreline Mafia event. Fucking 700 people came. It's like and they start flooding back here, and it just becomes like a huge issue.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I feel like that's like part of the fun, though.
It's definitely part of the fun. I'm just like worried about like the liability and everything. When the kids were jumping off the roof during the X thing, that was definitely.
I mean,
it was cool.
Dude, it's cool as shit. What you mean? I mean, if the cops have a problem, like whatever, fucking. If I were to do something like that, I would just take the fine I'll take it with stride. Yeah, I'll pay the fine because we had a lot of fun.
You will. So what's the biggest fine you got from the city?
I mean, the city tried to fine me $14,000 for a party, but it didn't go through. It didn't work out.
Really? Would you get a lawyer?
No. Well, sort of. My manager, Scuff Steve Jobs, talked them out of it when he went to court.
Right.
And the judge agreed that $14,000 for this party is absolutely retarded and, lowered it by a lot.
Right. How do you feel about that New Yorker article that came out recently about you? You feel like that's the best, like, most well-rounded press you got in a while?
Yeah, that was really good press. I mean, that's a huge magazine or whatever. It's going to be in the print and everything. I need to order a bunch of those. But they were very realistic in the writing. They weren't only positive. They had the pros, the cons, positive, negatives. There's a lot of negatives that come with my streaming, and they put that in there. And I mean, it kind of makes me look bad a little bit, but it's true. You know what I mean?
Right. Do you feel like because they always kind of want to just seize onto the swatting thing and just like anything negative that they can get, right?
I mean, it's interesting for the people to read. You know,
Yeah.
people want to hear about the negatives more than the positives.
Right.
So I get it. I mean, it's fine.
What do you think is like? How has your viewpoint changed on streaming, and what makes you care about streaming since we did that last interview? Like, what is really like? Have you noticed any like fundamental changes or anything?
What do you mean?
I don't know, just any way that like, you know, because you have this crazy relationship with your fans where you have to sort of like do things that because you want to entertain them. I'm just wondering, like, you know, over time, just doing it every day, that has to sort of like, you have to find changes in your viewpoint about it, or new thoughts possibly, right?
I mean, every day, you know, I'm always changing my mentality about streaming because you have to adapt to what's going on. You can't stay and keep doing the same thing over and over for years. I mean, you could, but that's not how I like to do it. I like to continually change, adapt, and like, you know, that's how I stay fulfilled in streaming. Otherwise, I'll get bored of it. And then it'll just, you know, if I'm bored of streaming, how are my viewers going to have a good time?
Right.
But I mean, I still think of streaming pretty similar to how I did a year ago when I talked to you. But obviously nowadays I'm trying to turn it into something a lot bigger than just me streaming.
Right. So when you started the CX network, do you take a management percentage from all the people on there?
Not at the moment, no.
Was that the idea?
I mean, that's not the idea. I mean, in the future, that probably is going to be how it goes.
Right.
But at the moment, that's not the idea because I don't want to take money from people that are probably already not making that much because I want to keep them motivated to stream.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, get them established, get them motivated first, and then think about the money stuff later when they've already established themselves.
But isn't that why you and Brandon fell out, is because he didn't want to cough up the 20%?
Well, yeah, that was different. So we did the RV trip. Everyone who went on the RV paid 20% of what they made because why should I pay for the entire RV when everyone else is getting a lot out of it?
Oh, so out of that specific time period, you were supposed to get 20%. That definitely seems fair.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted everyone to push their own weight with the cost because the RV ended up costing like almost $20,000 in the end or something like that. So, you know, I didn't want to be the only one out of some money. So, and then Brandon was just like, you know, he lied about his PayPal being locked and then just didn't want to give me the money. And I was just like, why should I have you on in, you know, future events if you're not going to contribute?
I was pretty surprised when you and Brandon started to be cool and started to work together because I remember that really like heated video on Hollywood Boulevard where he was all up in your face telling he was going to fight you and shit. How did that turn into you guys being cool enough that you like were hanging out all the time? And did you like move in together at one point? No? Okay.
No. He slept over for a couple nights. I mean, I just don't hold grudges. You know what I mean? Like, you can't hold grudges in this kind of like line of work,
right?
Because it's just more interesting if you keep everything just constantly changing. But yeah, so Brandon came on Sam's stream one time, and then we talked, and we were just like, you know, we just got over it. We got cool, and we were just like, all right, fuck it, dude. Let's just be friends. Let's just talk about shit, and let's just have a good time. And then, you know, we got really cool. He slept over at my place for a couple nights when, you know, he needed to, and things like that. I did a fundraiser for him, stuff like, and you know, all that shit. And then obviously there was another falling out because I don't know what it was. He got just really arrogant.
Right. Do you think that you would have been friends with Brandon if you weren't a streamer? Because there's very like a lot of stuff happening all the time when he's around, it feels like.
I mean, I don't really see how I would meet him if I wasn't a streamer.
Right.
I would be friends with him. He's a cool guy. The only issue is that he is like, I don't know, he just sometimes acts a little weird or something. Like I'm not.
He's kind of violent. He tends to sort of just like stir up drama a lot. Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm on good terms with him now, so I'm trying to describe him in a positive way.
Yeah, I mean, a very unbiased way too. Yeah, I don't know. He's just very. One moment he's your friend, next moment he's trying to like be arrogant or something. I don't know.
Do you think when you look at Brandon or like throughout your time spent hanging out with him, were you looking at him as a friend or were you looking at him as like a person that was going to bring people to your stream?
So I can't really look at somebody as a friend until I get to know them after a while. So after we got back together and started talking again, after the heated argument on Hollywood, you know, I obviously didn't immediately think of him as a friend because, you know, of the past that we've had. You know, I just can't immediately trust somebody that quick. He really would have to work for my trust. And, you know, same thing goes for him. I'd have to work for his trust. That's just how friendships work. And, he was building up my trust a lot until the RV trip, actually, where he like was like hiding weed and stuff and was doing weird shit.
Oh, so that was one of the rules on the RV trip. You couldn't have weed because of the liability issues.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're going through states where weed's illegal, and
That's
I asked,
a bad idea. Yeah.
I asked him if he had weed, and he had it in his pocket, but he didn't tell me. And he eventually just confessed that he had the weed. I'm just like, why didn't you tell me about this?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Wow. Was there anything else that happened like involving him that sort of like turned you off to him as a friend, or was it just sort of those two things?
The main thing that turned me off from him, I was like, even after the weed thing, I still was like, I just know how he is, so I didn't really take it to heart. So I still like the guy. He said one thing that literally not only just turned me the fuck off from him, but made me not really ever want to try to be his friend ever again. He, I don't know. I'm trying to remember. We were on the RV. We were arguing about something, or he was arguing with Scuff Steve Jobs, and then he comes back at me after we were arguing for a little bit, and he's just like, I forgot what he said. Something about like I owe him money. He's like, I'm always on for content. You owe me money, or something like that. Like you don't pay me to be on here, and something to that extent. And I was just like, wow, okay. I mean, if that's how you think, you're like, clearly I don't want to be friends with you,
right?
Because why the fuck would I pay him to be like on the RV? Because he's getting a lot out of it being on the RV too.
Right.
And then plus, if you're friends with somebody, you should just want to hang out and do fun shit.
Do you feel like that at a certain point now where like when people want something to do with you, you just feel like, damn, they're like trying to use me for clout and shit too often?
I mean, I don't like to think like that. I don't immediately think like that with everyone, but there's so many people that come to me that are very obviously like have a motive behind it, and I see straight through it. And that doesn't mean I won't hang out with them. I'll still hang out with them, but I would never trust them as an actual friend.
Right.
There's everyone in my stream, everyone who's watching your stream who knows me, they can probably tell who the people with the motives are and the real people are as well. So
right. How do you feel about Brandon getting locked up?
I mean, he brought it on to himself, honestly.
Why do you say that?
I mean, he had a bunch of warrants. I mean,
right.
He broke a bunch of laws. I mean, and if you live stream yourself and you have warrants, that's just, it's eventually going to happen. You're eventually going to get caught.
Do you think that he was even paying attention, or do you think he cared, or?
I mean, I think he obviously cares because he said he's in jail, I think, for like 45 days now or something.
I thought it was 90 days. I heard 90.
Maybe 90, yeah. But he's in jail for a little bit now, so obviously no one wants to be in that position. So he definitely cares, and that's going to hurt his like channel a lot as well.
Yeah, that's going to be rough. But wasn't he banned from streaming at the time?
Yeah, but he's using someone else's channel now to stream, and it works out. So
they can just do that on YouTube?
Yeah, I mean, as long as he doesn't own the channel, he can stream on it.
Really?
Like when he was striked and he was still coming on my streams, like I wasn't getting striked. It's not his channel.
But that's different than Twitch, huh? Because on Twitch you would have got fucked over, huh?
Yeah, well, Twitch's rules are a little bit too crazy. Like in real life, when you do like streaming that's not gaming, you can't. That rule doesn't really work.
Right.
Because it's just why punish someone else when this person broke the rules?
Because you were dealing with that for a while, where nobody on Twitch could ever have you in their streams, huh?
Yeah, that was.
You still deal with that?
Yeah, I mean, no one on Twitch can have me on their streams at all. When I go to conventions, actually, it's kind of funny.
You're like a plague. You have to stay away from you, huh?
Yeah, I was at DreamHack, and apparently, I don't know if this is true, but apparently the Twitch staff told all the streamers at DreamHack, all the big streamers at least, to turn their streams off because I was there.
What?
And other people in the around my community were there that were banned.
Oh my God. You'd think that they would just change the rule before they did something that crazy. That's so insane.
I mean, they're just, afraid that I'm going to just use someone else's channel to be on the platform, which I could care fucking less about. I have my own shit going on. But, whatever. I see why they do it. The only thing that they give me from that is just a bunch of power.
Right. I hate when I have to fucking explain to people that YouTube, like, they're like, oh, you should use Twitch. I'm like, no, I use YouTube. It's better. It's just as good. It's the same fucking thing, but it's better. And they're like, no, you should use Twitch. It's cool. Drake did it. I'm like, oh.
Oh, that's funny, dude. Drake wasn't even the one streaming, though.
Yeah. Drake, well, no, yeah, it was. Drake, Ninja, and Travis Scott, right?
Well, yeah, they were streaming together.
Oh, he went on his, it wasn't his thing, right. Did that piss you off when that happened? Because you like just kind of don't want anything good to happen to Twitch?
No, I mean, I'm not going to get pissed off if Twitch is succeeding. I just want us to succeed myself. I only care about myself. If Twitch fails or succeeds, I don't really care. The only thing that I want to do is have better non-gaming content than what people on Twitch are providing, because it's just a competitive market, and that's just a smart way to think.
Right.
But I'm not going to hold a grudge against Twitch.
I remember we had a conversation where we were talking about YouTube, like increasing the discovery options for YouTube, like adding a live tab to the top up there and stuff. Have you ever had any kind of conversation with them since about the idea of them introducing something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think like 4 months ago, me and Scuff Steve Jobs went to go talk to somebody who works at YouTube about some like stuff like that, and they said they were currently trying to implement some sort of live section.
Right.
I don't know how true that is because it hasn't happened yet.
Right.
But they're definitely working on a lot of stuff. The live streaming on YouTube has been upgraded a lot in the past year with all the sponsor stuff and all the other little upgrades.
How many sponsors you got?
Well, before the 2-week strike, it was at 2,100.
2,100.
And now it's at like 1,500.
Damn, you lost 600 from that. That's fucking whack.
Yeah, it was trash, but whatever. That's why the strike system's garbage.
Wait, so you 2,100. How many subscribers did you have on Twitch at your height?
2,200.
Oh, really? Okay, so that's not too out of the ordinary.
Right. Yeah. I mean, Twitch. It probably would be a lot more now, just
on
because
Twitch, yeah, just time,
Twitch Prime and stuff. But I mean, that doesn't really matter.
Yeah. What other like improvements have you been really happy with in terms of YouTube streaming since?
I mean, they're just trying to push it more. They're with the like I said, the sponsor stuff, and there's just more ways to make money on YouTube without ads.
Right.
And they're really pushing for it. They have like the chat replay as well, so it makes people want to go back and look at your VODs, which is going to give your VODs more views. It's they're really working hard to try and get it. The only thing they're missing is that live section. If they ever get that, then I think YouTube will beat Twitch, honestly, because there's just way more people on YouTube.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck they're waiting for on that. How do you feel about this little setup we got going here where we play music for money?
I think it's great. I mean, you're obviously killing it with that, so
it's not bad.
It's working.
Complain. Hey, when we stop fucking making money from YouTube ads, geez, that fucking saved my ass. If it wasn't for these donations, now it's just kind of like icing on whatever because the business in general is kind of doing better. But at the time, that shit saved my ass.
Are you mainly getting like super chats or Streamlabs?
I do both, but I definitely get more Streamlabs.
Okay, because I see it when I go into your stream. I always see a bunch of like super chat fucking donations, which is good, but YouTube takes a cut of that.
Do you do Streamlabs and super chat or just Streamlabs?
Yeah, I do both.
Oh yeah,
might as well. Fuck it.
Yeah, I probably get maybe 8 to 10 times as much on Streamlabs in total.
Really? I think mine's pretty much like half and half.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I fucking love when they do it because it sucks having to give up that 30%. But hey,
it's just I consider it just like extra shit because it's easier. You use credit card, you put money in, and just do it. Streamlabs got to go to a whole new site, and it's just a lot harder. So
yeah, I'm surprised that my fucking users get all into it like that. But hey, it's nice. The 30% is fucking bullshit. Fuck that.
It's better than Twitch. Twitch takes 50.
50 of all donations?
I of the bits, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. When I was on Twitch, before I got the premium contract, I was getting $250 per sub. Where on YouTube, I automatically get
right?
$350.
$350? I thought of the $5 you got $4.
I think you get $350. YouTube takes 70 or no 30%.
I'm doing that. I just had them make fucking custom emotes for me and all that shit. But I don't know. Fuck that shit.
Of the 30%.
The sponsor thing, yeah. If they're taking that much, that just seems crazy.
It's not really that bad, dude. My payout from YouTube last month was really fucking high, just from the super chats and sponsors alone.
Yeah.
So
I definitely can't complain.
So better than the ad revenue. The ad revenue is like 3,000, which is dog shit.
Are you saving money at this point? Are you planning on buying a compound or anything?
So okay, I'm gonna say my grand master plan here, and you're probably gonna laugh at me.
Okay.
But okay.
I might.
I want to somehow get a bunch of fucking money, and I want to rent an entire like fucking like a small city of like fucking houses, like blocks of houses, like maybe in Detroit or something where they're cheap as fuck, and have people stream there, or maybe open like a restaurant or store and have people stream there. It's just like a big compound of fucking streamers, and it all like intertwines together, and it's just like everyone's always fucking streaming, and it sounds ridiculous and retarded, but if it actually works out, I think it could be one of the most interesting things fucking ever in terms of like a social dynamic, or whatever. People will just be interested. They'll be sucked into this world, and they'll watch it, and they'll go back and forth from streamer to streamer, and it'll just become something so, like it's almost like a fake world, but it's real.
So what would be I just feel like I would love to see like the Ice Poseidon world, like the CX network, but it's like, when you see fucking FaZe Banks and he's got that massive house of like 20 bedrooms. I feel like you need that first. Maybe before you have the whole town, just have like a giant mansion at least.
Well, that's my my closest goal is getting a house, like a big mansion, like a streamer mansion or something, but with a bunch of streamers in it. Only problem is my credit is fucking shit, and I cannot rent a house with shit credit. I've tried a bunch of times, and no company wants to rent the house for me because I just haven't found the right company. I did find one company, but I can't get sponsored by them. It's a weed company, so.
Oh, really? You can't get sponsored? So you can't have weed sponsorships at all, or you just can't link to them?
You can have a weed sponsor, you just can't link to them and promote the, buying weed.
Right. See, for me, it's like we have a lot of like potential advertisers that we're going to be bringing on, weed brands and stuff, but we have like certain rules already that we want to do just to try to not piss YouTube off too much. We don't want to like show a pound of weed unless we have to, We're definitely not going to link to anybody. We're not even going to say the URLs. We'll just promote the brand name itself, and if possible, try to not really like show too much weed. I feel like that'll hopefully keep them at bay.
I mean, I smoke weed on stream pretty often.
Oh, yeah, we smoke on stream, but in terms of the advertising, I just don't want to get too pornographic with it,
Yeah, for sure. The weed thing is a gray area. But, finding a streamer mansion, like a house to rent out, is not an easy task.
No, it's not. But do you feel like if you were in that environment and you were living in a house with 10 Brandon Hamptons, do you think you would lose your mind? Do you like how it is right now where you can kind of go back to your house and sort of escape some of the madness?
I don't escape any madness. There's always people in my house.
Oh, so you always have people there.
I mean, if you type in Ice Poseidon on Google Maps, my address pops up.
Wow.
So, I mean, there's always, like, I'd say like every 1, 2, 3 hours, there's always a couple people that show up, and they're just like, hi, or I'll chill with them, smoke a blunt, they go,
And you just let them in? I would call the fucking cops.
No, I just let them in. It's fun.
Really? You just have fun with that?
I mean, when I'm not streaming, I'm just sitting around doing nothing, so, I mean, might as well chat with people, right?
See, I value my, like, safety and privacy a lot, which is why I would probably never live anywhere that wasn't in some sort of, like, gated community type thing.
No, I have a taser baton.
You do?
So I would fucking, if somebody's trying to do some shit, I'll just beat him with the baton and tase him.
You bring it around with you everywhere?
No, it's just in my house.
Okay.
I don't think I could legally carry it with me.
I mean, if somebody shows up with a gun and they want to kill you, it's not really going to matter if you have a taser, right?
I mean, that's true. But I mean, that could happen anywhere. My apartment's all windows to the road. So
you should get a concealed carry permit and just do all your streams with a strap on you.
I've considered that, but that's probably not a good idea.
You're not going to get the permit either, probably, which is that's going to be a big problem.
Just I can imagine, the police coming, one day, and I have a gun on me.
Especially, they would figure it out, and then they would call the cops on you.
Yeah.
I mean, the cops come all the time for you anyway.
Sometimes, yeah. So that's not a good idea. But I would keep it in my house for sure.
Right.
But I'm not worried about somebody killing me. I mean,
you're not. See, that's something I think about a lot. Like, what if someone just tries to shoot me?
But why think about that? Why do you think people are out to kill you?
I mean, it's not that I think they are. It just seems pretty plausible that they could
SoundCloud,
be.
Astrox Boys.
But why? My way of thinking is killing somebody is not an easy task, and then you can potentially go to prison. And I feel like most people aren't going to want to either take that risk or, just killing somebody is not easy.
Yeah, but I feel like I need to live my life in a way that will still protect me against the very small percentage of people that would want to do something psychopathic to me.
I mean, you're right. I definitely live
hence Lavelle over there, who's holding it down tonight with to make sure that nobody does anything weird here.
I agree. I mean, I do live a little bit dangerously, I guess, but the thing that protects me is I think I do a really good job at reading people, and if I open the door And actually, usually my door's unlocked, so I just go in my living room. There'll be somebody sitting on my couch, and I'll be like, "Oh, hi." And if I talk to them,
you're out of your mind. How could you possibly think that that's an acceptable risk to take in your life? Nobody does that, and everybody else has a normal amount of like everybody else has no clout, and they would never let somebody like that do that. You're like effectively famous, and you're just allowing people to basically just sort of waltz into your life like that. This just seems like a terrible idea.
I mean, it is a terrible idea, but it makes for some... I've met a lot of cool people that way. It makes for some good, fucking interesting scenarios.
Right, but have you had any occasions where, like, somebody shows up and just tries to, like, fucking fight you or rape you or anything like that?
Oh, I wish somebody would try to rape me. It'd make me feel attractive. But...
okay.
No, but I think no one's ever tried to do that. The weirdest thing I had was some guy came over who was like a little bit older, like I don't really know how old, but he was just saying like I'm his god and all this stuff. He's like, I love you, you're my god, I want to live here, I want to serve you and like be a slave to you and all this shit. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I don't think it's gonna work out because I would typically use that on like I'd go on stream and be like, hey, this guy wants to be my servant, but since that
I would
guy
be terrified. I would
Yeah.
walk the fuck away.
I could tell that guy had some issues in his head, like some mental issues, so I didn't want to even like encourage it. So I was just like, yeah, no, thanks for coming over, I love you, bro, but I don't need a servant, maybe another time, like goodbye.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think I do a good job of reading people. If I read someone who I think is going to murder me or hurt me, I'll just immediately grab the baton and tell him to get out.
Right. Do you just have him follow you around all the time? What are his hours like?
I mean, either him or another person to hold the camera.
Right.
It's just like 5 hours a day.
But does that make you, does it make, I don't think you had that at the time. Does that make streaming way easier for you?
Yes. I mean, holding the camera myself is fine, but having someone else hold the camera makes it easier for me to express myself more without having to have this camera, or like it's more natural when I talk to people instead of me like just being the one shoving the camera in their face. The camera can just be like to the side while I do my talking.
I was watching a video hitting on some girls the other day, and I feel like your confidence level is just at like a ridiculous high. Like the way you were talking to these girls, I couldn't believe it, but you were just so full of energy that they're just sort of going for it, and I was shocked.
Yeah, streaming has definitely not only made me confident, but really skewed my way of thinking towards a lot of other people. When I go and talk to people, especially when I'm streaming, it's easy for me to not think that the person I'm talking to is like going to dislike me. I don't know. I just have this really skewed way of thinking now.
Right.
And it's like, it's not healthy.
Why? Because you just assume that everybody's going to like you and be down with what you're talking about?
Yeah, I mean, not only that, but I also have this way of thinking where it's like, I mean, I don't care what someone else thinks. I'm just going to go talk to them. And that does seem like a good thing, but I don't care about what they think so much that they're almost like a video game character, right? Like not real person.
You feel like you've developed a lack of empathy due to streaming.
Not a lack of empathy, because I do feel bad when bad shit happens.
Right.
But I definitely just look at people in a very unhealthy way. I just look at people as like, I don't know, like content.
Right.
More so than like a human being sometimes.
Have you talked about this with your therapist?
I don't have a therapist.
Do you think you should have one?
Oh, no, my stream is my therapist.
Yeah, but there's a little bit of a difference.
I mean, I've talked to some therapists about it. I got hypnotized on stream one time, and I talked to him off stream about my stuff. And, I mean, he says it's obviously unhealthy, and, like, I can easily change it, but I would have to stop streaming.
Right.
Because just the way I stream, going out, doing stuff, like, it's hard for me to be considerate per se. Like, I'm not an asshole, but sometimes you have to just do what you got to do.
Right. Do you feel like, well, you know what? One thing that scared the shit out of me on your behalf was when you had these fucking zanned out high schoolers that almost beat the shit out of you in the hotel by the elevator at VidCon.
Well, I don't think they would have beat the shit out of me. I mean, they definitely would have jumped me, but I would have just held my own and backed up a little bit. Like, I wouldn't have let them jump me.
Right.
Yeah,
they were acting pretty tough.
Those kids were assholes. I mean, they're just, they're just trying to get, attention, and they're trying to get like clout from it. They're like on Instagram, they post on Instagram of like the kid pushing me, and I'm just like, Like, I'm not gonna fight some fucking kid in the middle of VidCon with security and police all over the place, because
Right.
that makes me look like a dumbass. And because I know what he was doing. If I fight him, he gets clout for fighting me, and I get
You're going to jail.
bad headlines.
Right.
So
Bad headlines and probably going to court. Yeah.
yeah, so that's not a good thing.
It
But
seemed like he was off the Zans, which is like not a good combination.
no, of course not. But that's a risk of streaming, going out and you're doing. That's not the first time that's happened. People press me all the fucking time.
Really?
When like people who they'll stream snipe me. I had this one kid stream snipe me or something, and he just went up to me and he's like, "Oh, you got swatted. Haha, that's so funny. I love seeing when that happens to you." Or he said some stupid shit like that, and I got really fucking like heated. Like, I don't typically heat. I can hold myself pretty well, but that really pissed me the fuck off, because that shit's not funny.
But he was trying to start shit right there, right?
He was, yeah. But I pushed him, and like I started yelling, and like I don't know, that kid deserved a punch in the face.
Right.
But it definitely is hard sometimes to keep composure.
Yeah, but doesn't that make you feel like you should maybe have some kind of like protection with you? Security, it's not that expensive.
I mean, think about it like this. If somebody starts something and they push me or they hit me, and then I pepper spray them or something, it still makes me look bad.
Yeah.
There's plenty of news media outlets that make me look bad no matter what. So they'll twist shit and be like, Ice Poseidon going around pepper spraying people. Like,
Yeah, but you just need a big ass dude with you to make it so that you don't have to ever hit anybody. So that like if somebody tries to do something to you, he can just smack them around or like make it not happen in the first place.
true. I mean, I've thought about getting a security guard, but I just felt like that would, look a little weird.
Think about like Robin Big. It's got to be like your homie, but he's also 7 foot tall and like 400 pounds.
That's true.
Might be kind of hard to find.
Definitely not easy to find, but I feel like having a big dude follow me around would adhere to a lot of natural content. Like if I'm out and I find these girls and I'm like trying to hang out with them, and there's just
He's gonna try to fuck too. If you give him permission, he'll try to smash.
I mean, it's just not easy to find the perfect person for that. You know what I mean? To fit in with me, and then also not make everything weird.
Right. Yeah, I feel you. I would love for you to find though. I think it would be great because you got to find the right dude. You got to find a guy who could protect you and who's like a good personality. That's how I felt, kind of a little bit at one point about my guy Chris. But the other day I was with Lil Pump, went to the strip club. He had like 6 dudes with him that are all massive, like giants, like all a foot taller than me. They're huge. I'm like, that's life right there. You just got a whole basketball team worth of just monsters that are just going to protect you.
I mean, yeah, that would be some good shit, but I can't have that on my stream.
And then you could have the security guards streaming too.
Actually, that's a good idea.
A lot of people would like to watch the life of a security guard.
That's actually a good idea. We can get them like a little body cam or some bullshit, and that's actually not bad.
A lot of those dudes are probably pretty funny.
I actually had an idea. So there was like some issues that I had a few months ago, and I wanted to for shits and giggles hire like armed security to follow me around with like Uzis or some shit.
Yes.
Like I don't know, and it would just be a meme, but it would be so fucking funny for like a couple days. But I decided not to because that was like hella expensive. But
Do you look into the price?
yeah, I mean I've looked into it. It's at least like I think each armed security guard is like $500 a day.
500 a day? Yeah, that's not that bad.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, no, it's a lot for like a normal situation, but like for what they're actually doing. Because somebody was just telling me that even big ass security guards get paid like $100 a day when they don't have guns and shit.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
Well, I mean, $100 a day, that ain't that bad. I could do that. That's fucking tight. Anyway, so what's your love life like lately? You just been smashing random broads off Tinder, or you got a girl? What's up?
I mean, it's not much of a love life, dude. I mean, any girl that comes over, I mean, I guess I'll try to fuck, and sometimes it works out.
You have that issue, like just like the random weird dudes. You just have random weird girls.
Believe it or not, I have girls come over and stream snipe, or like come over and say hi. Yeah,
right.
I typically don't try to fuck them because that's just asking for problems, but. Or like girls who are obsessed or something, but I definitely try to. I mean, there's plenty of clout chasers. I'll fuck them,
Yeah, I've had that issue in my life where there were girls who were like mega fans who were trying to fuck. This was before I had a girlfriend, and luckily I was smart enough to not fuck them because I could tell how crazy they were. But there's been other times where I fucked up and I let it happen, and it's not been good.
Yeah, I don't know. I've definitely. I don't know. I wish I had a love life, honestly. I don't like fucking random clout chasers or girls or whatever, because, they all want something. It's not good sex. It's just annoying. Like, I don't know. I just hate them.
It's just like, oh, I put my dick in you for like 15 minutes. That's cool.
2 minutes.
2 minutes?
Yeah.
That's what you're rocking?
I mean, I try to just get my nut off as soon as possible and get them out. So, I mean, I go hard for those 2 minutes. But
You even take your clothes off?
yeah, I take my clothes off. I'd make sure they're naked as well so I can get a fully erect penis.
I like to have a lot of clothed sex.
Like, you just zip down your zipper and then just fuck them?
I might drop my pants to my ankles or maybe even just to my knees.
But why?
Just
How do you even get a hard-on?
convenience. What, you need to get naked to get a hard on?
I mean, I like to look at their titties or something and, like, be like, okay, and then fucking, like, grab them and shit.
I got a problem, bro. My girl grabs my leg, I got a boner.
Well, I mean, honestly, that's good. I mean, I guess I get a boner, too, from that shit. I mean, they don't
I
have
got
to
a
touch
boner
me
from
sometimes.
fucking anything, bro. I'll hug her goodbye in the morning, and all of a sudden I'll get a boner. I'll have to fucking go get head real quick before I leave. I'm late for the gym or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think naked sex is just better.
No, that's cool. But I don't really like feel the need to like get fully naked every time. I like to at least leave my shirt on so I can get a little bit of pussy juice around the rim at the bottom.
You smell it later.
Yeah, smell it later, or at least just flex it. You got a black shirt with some pussy juice smeared at the bottom. Everybody looking at you like, yeah, he fucks.
Actually, I had this one girl. She I cum in her mouth, and then she wiped the cum on my shirt. And I just wore the shirt for like 3 days.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't give a fuck, dude. Like
Signature.
I didn't even know it was there until I noticed it, and I was just like, I'm already wearing it. Fuck it.
What's the Daily High Club? Is your shirt you're wearing now?
It's a weed company.
Oh,
they send me free shit,
nice.
so it's good. But
Free double XL white tee with a fucking red stain on the front.
I mean, I'm not really in the style too much. I mean, I'm definitely not a hype beast, but
Nah, what kind of shoes you got?
some Vans.
Yeah, those are some pretty basic ass shoes. That's a fact.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I don't really like to put a lot of effort into my style. I think it's too much work.
No, yeah, I'm not really into that either. I'm not like a sneaker guy or anything.
Do you ever go like 4 days wearing the same shit?
No.
It looks like he does. He's saying, yeah.
No. By the time I hit day 2, I fucking stink. I got like my underarms would be smelling bad. Like,
A little deodorant or something. It's fine.
I could add a little extra deodorant, but bro, I went to Greece one time and I like forgot deodorant on the like when I flew there. But they use spray deodorant. They really don't have like sticks of deodorant,
No.
So I chose to just not wear any deodorant for the entire week. I would use soap in the shower, but no deodorant. It smelled
Greece?
fucking musty, bro.
That's terrible. Greece is hot as fuck. You would have been sweating all day.
Musty. I smelled terrible, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And I was riding bikes too, so I was working up a thick lather all the time.
I don't know how you were not smelling yourself.
Oh, I was smelling myself, but out there it's so common to not really wear deodorant and stuff that I felt like I was fitting in pretty normal with all these other like people out there.
I definitely don't ever want to go to Greece then.
Yeah, you're that against BO, but you're talking about wearing a shirt for 4 days. You don't start to stink.
No, my shirt does. Like I've been wearing this for 2 days.
How much you weigh?
Actually, today, like 160. Like I don't really sweat.
See, I got like 70 pounds on you. I think that's why I start smelling worse. You're like smaller. Like you're fucking. You don't emit as many like foul things as me. I guess.
I mean, maybe
That's how I think of it.
That's a good point to think of.
Like, the same way that I want to eat a skinny girl's ass, but I don't want to eat a fat girl's ass. I just feel like there's less like skin rubbing together, creating residue and shit.
I don't even think eating ass is good at all.
You don't like that?
No, I've never tried to eat ass. I don't even want to do anal. It's like
really,
that's where shit comes out of.
Dude, you're fucking what's it called? You're like restricted in your train of thought of like what's possible out there, dude.
This is how I have sex. I literally, they're on the bed.
Right.
I go on top. I fuck them really as fast as I can just to get my nut off quick, and then that's like I don't think sex is that fun. Right. I just want to get my nut because that feels good.
What do girls say when you fuck them in that style that you just described?
I mean, I don't really care what they say.
I feel like if I were to fuck a girl like that, the average girl, she would be like, "Oh, come on, like let's do it again," or like, "Oh, like like why'd you come so fast? Why did you do that? That's weird."
I mean, no girl's ever been like that to me. They're kind of just like, oh, that was good, or like some shit like that. Like I don't know. Like I'm just lazy. I don't know. And I try to go for like I'll finger them for like 5 minutes before I go in,
right? To
not be as much of an asshole. I think there's actually a couple girls where I can tell it's like they don't really like me, but they're just going with it. I don't try to be an asshole to them, but I definitely see what they're doing. So I'm just like, all right, suck my dick for a little bit, and then I'll fuck you, and then I'll just come in their mouth, and then someone get out.
See, I like to introduce a little bit of theater to it. I like to sort of, grab them by the hair, suck a titty real quick, maybe like, make out with them real passionately for a little bit, you know.
I think that shit's. I don't know. I think it's boring to like suck titty and. I think it's just boring.
Suck titty, not even plural. Just suck a titty.
Yeah, I mean,
suck titty.
I think it's boring. I don't know. It's like my dick doesn't feel anything when I'm. Like even when I finger a girl, I'm like, I'll be bored, you know.
It's part of like the overall sexual experience when you're like sucking a boob. It's not necessarily about like your dick getting harder at that moment.
That's true. I guess I'm just selfish. I don't know.
No, I feel you. I'm selfish too, but I'm sort of like you sound like extremely selfish on the overall spectrum of selfishness.
Yeah, I mean, if the girl's my actual girlfriend, I'll take a lot. I'll take some more time with her. But if it's just some random fucking girl, and especially I can tell they have motives, like I don't give a shit. You know what I mean?
How many girls you had sex with?
I don't know. I don't keep count, dude. But
it's over 100?
No.
No?
It's probably like 20.
20? You're talking about these random hoes coming over off stream. You got like 30,000 people watching you. I'm assuming like at least 10% have got to be girls, right?
I mean, I didn't. I only had sex with 3 girls last year. And then this year I've probably, since 2018, that's when it's probably been like 15.
I feel like you're wasting your clout.
I mean, I don't know. How do I get 100 girls to come over and fuck, right?
I don't know. Just put yourself out there a little bit more. I don't know.
I mean, I have an Instagram. They can DM me, and that's just typically how it works.
And they don't?
I mean, I get some DMs, and I'll just be like, come over, and then we just fuck, and that's it.
I feel like really rich dudes like Dan Bilzerian and shit, I feel like at a certain point they get like a pussy manager. And they'll just have like friends who sort of like get in the DMs, pretend to be them. Because if you're Dan Bilzerian, you don't have to say much in the DMs to get them to hang out with you. You know?
That's true.
He's hot.
I don't know. I guess I just have no game. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I don't know. Anybody out there who wants to throw Ice Poseidon some pussy, just let us know.
I'll take whatever I can get. Honestly, just don't be fat. But you're actually lucky that you found a good girl, like a girlfriend. Like I wish I could have a girlfriend. Honestly,
and she's a cam girl.
Well, that's another.
But I'm
plus.
cool with that.
No, that's a plus. Yeah.
Yeah.
But because that just means she's freaky. But
oh yeah, this weekend we got freaky, bro. You want to hear about it?
I mean, let's hear it.
I should have been live streaming. No, see, that's what I was actually thinking was that this girl, this porn star, Riley Reid, she threw this like house party, tons of porn stars there and everything. But I was thinking like you can't really put almost any of this on Snapchat and shit because their tits are out, and so it's like boom, nipples is like you would have been fucked. You couldn't have been streaming in there.
Did Snapchat ban you?
No, but I'm just saying that like the nipples and stuff would have got you in trouble on Snapchat or Instagram story or whatever. If you came, boom, you would have got banned immediately from the nipples.
Yeah, that's true.
You'd have to be pointing that shit at the ground.
Actually, how many porn stars do you know?
Tons.
You should get some over to my stream.
Oh yeah, we could do something.
Because I would love, and you could like, I don't know, you'd be there too. We can do something with porn stars. I think that'd be sick.
Oh yeah, it'd be super fun. That's easy.
Tracksuit. This is for you as well.
Nah, because the girl Riley Reid that I'm talking about, she has this house rented for like the whole week for her birthday, and so we were just like hanging out at the pool and shit the other day and stuff. So like she would be down if we wanted to like roll through.
Actually, that would be sick. My friend,
I got to do a Fousey interview tomorrow. Otherwise, I would say let's do it tomorrow.
Oh, we could do it some other time. It's fine. Sometime this week or something. But my friend Track here, he actually. Do you mind if I say?
Yeah.
He lost his virginity to a porn star a few weeks ago. But not only that, but he nutted inside of her as well.
Why did you nut inside her?
First time.
First time. He just goes, first time. First time. That's it. That's all there is to it. Wow.
That's good.
No, I mean there is a weird biological thing that happens when you nut inside a girl, in my opinion, where it just feels like way, way, way better.
It feels great.
Yeah. Later, boys. You want the stew? Gina. I'll holler at you. Later, boys.
That's why girlfriends are good, because they're on birth control typically.
Right. That is true. My girlfriend refuses to get on birth control. She can't handle those like 4 pounds she's going to gain.
Oh, what? That sucks, dude.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like that's, I don't know, that's a good feeling. But
I've nutted in her mouth probably like 99.4% of every time we've ever had sex.
But you sometimes go in her pussy.
No. Sometimes I nut on her ass or like her boobs or something.
Damn, that sucks, dude.
Why?
I mean, that doesn't suck, but it's just like, none of the pussy's good.
And her butthole too.
Oh, okay. I guess that's a good replacement.
Well, you don't like anal.
I mean, I would try it. I just feel like it's weird.
Oh, it's weird, yeah.
Or like there's like my dick's gonna be like full of shit or something.
Yeah, I was fucking girls who were on Molly over the weekend, and God, that's just a whole different thing because they just are enjoying it so much more than they're enjoying any other sex ever.
Are you on Molly too?
No, I don't do drugs. But I was hanging out with some girls who were on Molly, my girlfriend included, and yeah, they were having a ball.
I've actually never had sex with anybody on Molly. I don't think.
You've done Molly though?
I've done Molly. I've masturbated off like while I was coming down off Molly, and that
sounds terrible.
No, it was terrible. It wasn't good at all. But I actually couldn't even come really. I came, but it was like very drippy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, drippy. That sounds awful.
It was like I barely got it, but I don't know. I wish I could find a girlfriend. I can't do it. It's impossible.
Do you think that like you don't have that separation in your life right now? I feel like if you had that separation, it would be one thing. If you had this streaming day job and then you went back to your separate life in your house with where you could maybe have a girlfriend or something. But I mean, I guess the problem for you is like, how are you gonna meet her?
I tried to do something like that. I tried to have a separate thing. You know, the past 6 months I had a girlfriend, and I tried to keep it separate. Like.
You didn't talk about it on stream and shit, huh?
No, I didn't. You know, I tried to keep it separate and, you know, just have my stream and then, you know, have this one person, like just that was
one person you can rely on.
You know, that I could just, you know, just get away from it all with. But that didn't work out because she ended up being intertwined with my stream eventually, and then it just
they figured out who she was eventually, or what happened?
Yeah, I mean, my viewers figured it out, but it's kind of like her fault, sort of, with her friend's fault, because they were supposed to keep it a secret, but then they said it on stream, and then it was just a snowball effect from there, and then I just got fucking pissed off because I didn't want this shit to be intertwined. I was trying to keep it like separate.
But that was the only reason that it didn't work out, was because of the stream shit sort of intertwining with it?
I mean, there were some other reasons too, but the main reason was, you know, I can't have a girlfriend and have, you know, like, and do a stream. Like, it's just not going to work.
Were people harassing her, and was it like just making her life all crazy all of a sudden?
Yeah, I mean, when our relationship was open to the public, it was just toxic, dude. Like, people would, you know, fuck with her and like shit, and then she would like it just made our relationship not good because obviously you have all these people that are coming in the middle of it, making the relationship between me and her very toxic because we would, you know, a lot of arguing, a lot of like this and that about the stream, and like I don't want to talk about the stream if I'm hanging out with my girlfriend, right? So it just I don't know how I would ever have a girlfriend in the future while I'm a streamer. Yeah,
me and my girl kind of deal with that a bit just because, you know, she obviously has people like in the DMs and the comments trying to stir shit up. So I gotta, you know, she definitely had like a learning process where she sort of had to get toughened up because she was just a totally regular girl. Starts hanging out with me, boom, she goes viral off this fucking sex tape thing, and then fucking.
So she wasn't always a cam girl.
No, she started like right after she started dating me.
You must have a way with women, dude.
I encourage them to do the most with themselves. Yeah.
That's funny. Dang, that's actually ridiculous. Well, you found the perfect girl then, because most girls wouldn't be like that.
Finest Stockton, CA.
I hate text to speech.
What do you mean? It's money. What do you mean, dude?
I always want to turn it off. I don't know. It drives me crazy.
I mean, it's annoying, but you know, you got to just know when to have it on.
Yeah, that's like a weird new phenomenon, huh? Is that everybody's like been getting like beat up and shit on stream because they're saying like because the text to speech is like saying fucked up things in public.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you're gonna be, you know, an idiot and have text to speech with a speaker blasting, and you walk into a store with questionable people, you know, you're just asking for it at that point.
Yeah, or if you haven't somehow like banned the N-word and stuff too, is like that's
I
something.
mean, you can ban the N-word, but
I feel like that's usually what's causing the problem is just that people like fucking are saying offensive stuff through the text to speech.
There's a million ways to say.
Why are you crawling like you didn't already walk by a million fucking times? He's acting like he didn't already crawl by. Fucking retard. What were you saying?
I said there's a million offensive things you could say. You can't censor everything.
That's true.
So
yeah, just deal with it, I guess. Yo, I wanted to ask about what was it? What was I going to ask about? Oh, how do you feel about being painted as a white supremacist by Tariq Nasheed as well as like a lot of other members of the press and stuff? Or is he the main one picking on you, or are there a lot of people?
It's only Tariq Nasheed.
Really?
And he's the most irrelevant fucking retard. It's actually annoying because on Google Home, if you ask who is Ice Poseidon, it quotes fucking Tariq Nasheed. I don't know why. I don't know how he did it. That pisses me off.
Probably your fans like promoting his answer somehow.
Nah, like I don't know what it is, dog, but it's some bullshit. Like it's some troll bullshit. So he is actually a fucking racist. Like he's I don't know what he is. Like I didn't look too much into
just
him.
the way he talks about race is fucking crazy.
He's like a black supremacist or something. Like he hates every other race. Like he's actually racist.
Yeah.
And then he tried to paint me as a white supremacist because I was talking to my friend in a restaurant and we were just
that one clip where the guy tried to fight you.
Yeah. Okay. So
that's when you caught his eye.
Yeah. So my friend Asian Andy was on a BuzzFeed video where they jokingly called him a white supremacist. He's Asian, so he's not even white for one. So I guess it was like supposed to be a joke or something. So I was joking around with him. And I'm like, Asian Andy, you're a fucking white supremacist. Like obvious sarcasm. And this black guy comes up and is like, are you racist? And like all this shit and tries to fight me. And then, it gets clipped like completely out of context. And Tariq Nasheed is now using that.
Because they made it seem like you said the N-word or something.
Yeah, no, it's like, I don't know, dude. That shit pissed me off so fucking much. Because, I'm probably I'm like the least racist fucking person.
Right.
Like, I'm just so like out there with everyone.
So have you felt like him saying that you're a Nazi or whatever, that has it had an effect on your personal life where like people treat you that way, or has a large group of people sort of piled on the bandwagon?
No, I mean nobody listens to that fucking retard. He gets like 10 likes on his tweet, you know what I mean? But the thing that pisses me off is that there were some small media outlets that have good Google SEO that can end up on the fucking front page of Google when you type Ice Poseidon that go along with Tariq Nasheed because they're fucking irrelevant ass media outlets and they want goddamn ad revenue and they're taking advantage of my active community to get clicks because it gets posted on Reddit, goes to the top of my Reddit, gets fucking clicks, boom, they get ad revenue, boom, they make me look like a retard and like all this other bullshit. So I don't know. Tariq was just wanting money, dude. He literally went live, was like, yeah, CX is some racist symbol and it's the devil. I need money. Let's donate to me so we can stop racism. And I'm like, dude, you're actually a fucking like scumbag.
Do you feel, I feel like somehow any like group of white people will at some point be just like assumed to be racist if they're not like super mega liberal.
What do you mean? You think all white people?
I'm just saying that, like, in general, it just seems like people just start to treat any group, any like activity that is like mostly white people. Which do you agree with that your fans are mostly white?
I mean, I don't know. I have a lot of my stream snipers are diverse as fuck.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I don't want to. I mean, they're probably mostly white. Like gaming, like young gamers
and shit. Yeah.
But I don't think they're racist.
No, I don't either. I just feel like somehow it was like inevitable that people would start to try to say that about like you or your fans just because it seems like they say that about like everybody, Yeah,
I mean, it's the internet and there's a lot of trolls and there's a lot of, people who just say a lot of shit. That doesn't make someone racist. If someone's like I don't know, if someone is saying like KFC and watermelon, it's not a racist thing. It's just like a joke.
You don't think that's racist? That seems pretty racist.
I mean,
when I see those emojis in a row, I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
I mean, it's obviously like a stereotype,
right.
But it's the internet. And
I mean, I get that the people in the chat room they probably aren't thinking of it as a racist thing. They think they're just being offensive. In my opinion, it's still racist.
It is a stereotype for sure. But it's the internet, and I don't think anything on the internet is meant to be taken too seriously. As long as the influencer or the fucking person who's the streamer is not the one saying it, I think it's fine.
I mean, that's what comes up a lot is that people are like, so-and-so is, you're responsible for your community. I see a lot of people in the like sort of liberal press trying to make that argument and stuff. But
that's definitely true. Your community is a reflection on you. But my community, I'm a giant troll. So my community are full of giant trolls. So if people want to troll and say KFC and watermelon, that doesn't mean they're racist. It means they're part of the troll. Like, they're trolls. They fuck with everyone. They don't only fuck with one race. They fuck with everyone of every race. White people, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, they're just trolls. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I mean, your persona, like, you feel like you've sort of been painted as this sort of, like, anti-social justice warrior, like, crusader.
I definitely have an image of, like, no SJW, like...
You make a lot of offensive jokes that other people wouldn't make. You say faggot, you say retard.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely offensive, but that's because I don't know. Like growing up, I watched a lot of comedians that did the same shit. Like that's just the type of comedy I like. Not very offensive comedy, but like if you can say it in like a tasteful way, right? Like I'm not just going around saying faggot, faggot, faggot. I say it in like a funny way. You know what I mean?
Like your friend, like, hey.
Like if my friend grabs my dick, dude, you're a faggot. Like,
Hey, your shirt's pink. You're a faggot. You think that's better? That seems pretty bad.
like it's not exactly that. It's like context and shit.
That's like exactly the way that people don't like people saying.
I mean, I don't know. I personally don't think like if you're fucking around with your friend and you call him a faggot, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
It's weird for me because I grew up saying gay, queer, faggot, whatever. Like that was everything we said growing up, like in New England, dude. And I just had to like stop at a certain point because I was just sort of like getting too well known, and I started to get shit for saying it. And I was just sort of like, all right, I can't say that anymore.
Well, this is what my mentality on it. If some media outlet wants to write some shit like, oh, Ice Poseidon said faggot, like he hates homosexuals, he's a homophobic, like,
which they will. I saw them do that to Mr. Beast. You know him?
Yeah.
They did a whole article about just the fact that he's like said fag a couple of times on Twitter.
Oh my god. Well, shit, dude. They're really gonna hate me then. I've said a lot of things on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
But it's all in like joking manners.
Yeah, but that all gets torn away when they decide they want to go in on you.
But I think the thing that my mentality is, if a news outlet writes like some bullshit about me saying I'm a homophobic or whatever, I'm just gonna assume anyone who agrees with that article probably wasn't watching me anyways. So who gives a shit? I mean, I guess the main thing that I'd be worried about is like YouTube saying, "Oh, are you a homophobe? Let's ban you." But if they look into me, they'll know that I'm not, and that media outlet is some bullshit.
Yeah, that would be nice. Oh man.
But I've never had any negative like thing happen to me because of any negative press. Like I've never lost viewer numbers, or people have never come in and like said that, you know, oh, you're racist, oh, you're a homophobe. Like no one's ever done that.
Yeah, I mean, me and you have something pretty in common, which is that we've both been like really attacked by the press and stuff, and then we just realize it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like your fans don't give a fuck, and that like that's the sort of weird thing you realize over time, is that there's this thing like where everybody in the media is like super liberal, and they like will just sort of like choose their pet causes and like sort of decide what they want to try to shape public opinion on, and then you know the general consensus seems to be that like, oh, everybody else feels this way, and the press is working on behalf of the people, but you know, over time you realize that like people actually really are not paying attention to a huge percentage of that shit.
Right. I think if you stand out, I think it's a good way to stand out. Like being a non-liberal, like SJW, like you don't have to be overly offensive, but if you say some things that are a little like jokingly offensive, I think it's a good way to stand out.
Yeah.
As like if you want to do like be funny or whatever.
That's a nice way to draw the line in the sand and be like, look, I'm not playing by your fucking rules. You know, like even just me and you sitting there and saying faggot a bunch of times, they would never do that. They would never co-sign that. We're in deep trouble by normal social justice warrior standards.
Yeah.
Saying retard over and over and shit. But I mean, I really don't give a fuck. You can suck my fucking cock. I don't care what they think.
Yeah, exactly. And there needs to be a market for shit like that too.
Exactly. And that's what we sort of, you know, it's funny though, is that, you know, online they'll say that like Joe Rogan and Sam Harris and Jordan Peterson, that they're the intellectual dark web, because they sort of, that's like an official term that like the New York Times, they wrote this big article calling them that because, you know, they're willing to have conversations about things that the liberal media might not approve of enough to like get published. And a lot of people made fun of them for using that term and stuff. Me and you are kind of like that, but like the dumbass, like funny joking around version of that. Because we're not really like political, but we're also like, we don't want to be like held back. Like I don't want to like have to know that I can't say bitches when I'm like talking about, you know, having sex or something. Like I feel like I need that right. I need to be able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, you should just do whatever you want.
Yeah, who gives a fuck?
Especially on camera. I mean, it's just like if anyone takes it seriously, they're stupid.
And they want you to think though that like if you break these little like codes, these like crazy little liberal rules, that your life's over, and then you just realize like, oh, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it really doesn't, but whatever. Fuck it, dude.
Fuck them. Do you think we should open up the chat and see if they've got any questions that we should attend to? I want to know what's on their minds before we well, check out mine. Oh, I see a lot of watermelon and fried chicken. Thank you, guys. Big shocker there. You guys are so funny. I'm taking a little look here. Something about Alex Jones. You an Alex Jones fan?
I don't like Alex Jones. I think he's a dumbass.
Yeah, same here. And I would be skeptical if you were like, yeah, Alex Jones, I think he's got a lot of good points. I would have been like, oh boy, I don't know if I trust you too much if you were to say that. What else we got in here? Pregnancy. A couple of people seem to be accusing you of having AIDS.
Oh no, yeah, there's no AIDS. The pregnancy thing is a little funny.
You got a girl pregnant?
Supposedly. I mean, I don't think she's actually pregnant, but I think she's trying to get money off me.
Really?
So I was fucking some girl, a condom broke while I was fucking her, and I came inside of her, and obviously, she took the Plan B right after, and then but apparently 5 days later, she's pregnant, and I'm just like, you're such a that's bullshit. Like I'm thinking in my head, that's bullshit. So. And she's asking me for money for an abortion, and I'm like, okay, I'll send you money just in case, but I think you're still bullshitting me. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
So you sent her money for the abortion, and you're just not sure if she's having it or not.
I think
if I was in your position, I would fly there and officiate the abortion myself. I would be standing there by the doctor's side as he performed the abortion.
Well, she doesn't want to see me. Because I don't know, she hates me or something, and I find that weird. But and she also doesn't want to prove it. She's refusing to prove it. And she sent me a picture of a fake a pregnancy test that was positive, but it was a PewDiePie meme. It was like from PewDiePie's subreddit. And I'm just like, what is this?
Wait, you reverse image searched it real quick?
Yeah.
Oh my god, she must think you're a fucking idiot.
And then she was like, oh, I accidentally sent you that one. I screenshot it to try to compare that to mine. I'm like, okay, whatever.
A girl would say some shit like that. I think you're gonna believe that.
And then so she's asking for $800 and she wants it in Cash App. I'm like, I want to send the money to the clinic directly, and she's like, no, I want it in Cash App.
Oh hell no!
I'm like,
the clinic directly? You think they do that? They just have guys sending them money orders and shit? Like, hey, why not, right?
I don't know, dude. Like, I just wanted some kind of proof, but she refuses to give me proof. So I'm just like, okay, I'll send her. Like, I'm gonna send her the money just for peace of mind. But I still think she's scamming me.
All those things you just said made me feel like I would just not send her the money. Normally, I would be like, I would just believe any girl. I would just do anything to get rid of that baby.
I mean, I just send her the money for peace of mind. I guess it's my fault for not feeling the condom break. So I'll take the L on this 800.
You didn't feel it break?
I mean, maybe I just didn't give a fuck. I don't know.
To me, there's such a huge difference between condom sex and non-condom sex that I would just know immediately.
I mean, I guess I did feel something. So I was fucking her for 20 minutes actually, because I didn't feel shit because the condom sucked. And then all of a sudden, it just felt like I was about to come, and I was like, shit.
Hell yeah.
And I was just like, I pulled out, and the condom wasn't there or something. I was just the base of it. And I'm like, all right. Whatever. Fuck it, dude.
No, I had that. I did exactly what you were describing, like when I was younger. Nowadays, I feel like I would feel the condom break, but now, I don't know. Hey, I wanted to ask about Sam Pepper. How'd you start hanging out with him?
I went to the fucking beer pong, the YouTuber beer pong thing.
Yeah.
And he was there, and I met him, and my viewers made a bunch of threads about him saying, yo, Sam Pepper is really fucking cool. Have him on stream more and all this shit. So I had him on stream more, and then we actually became friends, and then it just went from there.
Oh yeah. Do you? Because that's kind of interesting because we're talking about sort of, YouTubers who don't want to sort of toe the line of what the liberal media would want or whatever. Sam, he was sort of people try to act like his career was dead at a certain point because he had accusations and shit. How do you feel about that? Is it important to you to support him because he was sort of left out in the cold there?
Yeah, I mean, I think the he was never convicted. I think that media outlets and YouTube and all these people, they're gonna throw him under the bus because of accusations. I think that's fucked up. You know what I mean? Because it's not. There's there's no conviction there, and there's not even really any proof besides some girls who just wanted fucking attention and made a YouTube video about it. So. Obviously I felt fucking bad about that, and I definitely, support him, and I'm behind him, on defending him because that's just bullshit. That's fucked up. I've had a lot of people try to accuse me of shit, fucking being racist or something, and it's such bullshit, and anyone who falls into that media trap, it's just annoying, you know what I mean?
I feel like hanging out with Sam Pepper would get you more pussy than you're describing yourself currently getting, because he seems like he's pretty good at it.
No, whenever I'm hanging out with him, he gets the pussy and I don't.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
you don't get the fat friend?
I don't want the fat friend, but
You don't?
Come
on, give it a try.
I mean, I'll get head, but
definitely, yeah, that's good enough.
I just, I don't know. I just don't have any game, I guess.
Once you get popping, you got to start getting head and not what? You want water?
Oh, thanks, bro.
Thanks, Chris. When you get popping, you got to stop having sex with girls. You got to start getting just head.
That's typically what I do.
There's less juices and like fluids and diseases, you know.
Like, I actually prefer head over having sex. So when a girl gives me the opportunity to have sex, I just pretty much want head instead.
Really?
Like, I'll have sex with a girl if usually if they don't want to suck my dick. Like, honestly.
Right. Well, that's nice of you. I'm trying to see more stuff that's being said about here. Oh, everybody's saying something about somebody's sister. I don't really know what that's all about.
Oh, Miss Kiff's sister. That's my friend. Apparently, his sister is somebody you know.
Really?
Some kind of like cam girl. I don't know her fucking name or something. Maybe the people in the chat know her name, but I did something with Lena. Like,
who's he talking about, chat? Ms. Cav's sister. Who the fuck is Ms. Cav?
He was my camera guy.
She did something with Lena. I wonder what it was.
Yeah, they made a video. It was in a fucking video. They got like naked and shit.
They got naked together. I like the sounds of it. Some people are saying, is it Emily?
Was it yeah. Oh, yeah, it was Emily.
Oh, that's her like former best friend, yeah.
That's so. Does she have a brother?
She has a brother?
Does she? Or is Ms. Kiff...
probably, maybe.
I don't know, because we don't know if Ms. Kiff's lying or not.
Really?
Yeah.
She might have a brother. I have no idea.
Okay.
I fucked her, though.
Oh, well...
with my girl. I made a whole vlog about it.
We need to find out if that's actually
she sucked my toes, too.
Oh, that's funny. Ms. Kiff, you hear that? Listen, your sister's a fucking...
I only feel okay about saying that just because I feel like I've talked about it before. But yeah, she definitely sucked like my whole foot.
Oh, that's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, it was cool. No, that was... Jesus, that was amazing. I just remember that was the first time I ever had a threesome with my girl that I'm currently with and someone else. And they were just I think I busted 3 nuts in the course of like 2 hours.
What?
And
3 nuts?
Bro, I was going crazy. I was like sober too. I think I might have had like 1 shot.
That's what the fuck? I can't. 1 nut in 3 days for me.
1 nut in 3 days?
Like, I just don't need the nut again.
Bro, when me and my girl are on vacation, we actually have like time to ourselves. We're fucking like 3-4 times a day.
What?
Yeah.
How does your dick not get sore?
The only reason I'm not fucking her a shitload like right now is because I'm at work all day. But you know, I'll still kind of like wake up in the morning and bang her and then like probably do it again before I go to bed.
That's crazy. That's crazy to me, dude. I don't know. Like, I don't even let a girl ride me because it hurts.
You don't let her ride you?
Well, it hurts. Like, I have a really sensitive dick.
Really?
And when I come,
I gotta see this thing.
This shit hurts for like literally the rest of the day.
Whip it out.
I mean, I will.
I wish you
on
were.
Stream though.
I wish you weren't on stream. I want to know what's wrong with it.
I think it's just sensitive. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. So when a girl rides me, it bends and shit, and it hurts, dog. And I have to take control.
Right. You should try cutting part of your dick off.
No, I'm not. I am circumcised.
No, but more.
More?
Just a big, like an inch.
I have a big head. Like, it's not a
It's
joke.
bigger than the shaft?
Yes. It's like not a joke, dude. My head is like probably 2 diameters bigger than my shaft. It's weird.
Wow.
And it's red as fuck.
Red?
Yeah.
Like a dog?
I mean,
like a lipstick
only
dick?
the head is red, but it's red as fuck.
Holy shit. Dude, I hate dog dicks. You ever see a dog's dick? Like bright red.
I know too well about dog dick.
You know what I'm saying? That shit is so weird looking. Like I get uncomfortable when I see that.
I mean, yeah, it's slimy as fuck.
It looks so gross. It looks like there's no skin on it. It looks like when you look at like a human like cadaver that's been cut open.
I mean, it's kind of just like an uncircumcised dick. You know, it's like that's the head.
I mean, I know I'm making an obvious point. Like dog dicks are gross, but I'm just saying like I'm really grossed out by that.
Like when you look at it, you have to look away.
I want to look away strongly. You know, I really hate too is when like a dog will just sort of like start fucking your leg. That makes me feel super gay.
I don't know.
Not even gay. It just makes me feel like I'm fucking getting banged by a dog. I'm like, get out of here, bro.
I think all that shit's interesting. Like, I don't know. When I see a dog fucking dick, I'm just like, damn, what the hell? Like, it's interesting.
I mean, I guess I don't really fuck with dogs like that because like I've seen cats have sex and that's kind of like funny to me. I'm like, you know, I don't like have to look away from that. That's sort of amusing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't let a dog hunt me, but I think the dog dick's funny to look at. I don't know.
I think a dog dick's funny. And the fact that it's called lipstick, that they call it like, oh, look at the lipstick, because it's like it does look exactly like that. That grosses me out too. That grosses me out with lipstick itself.
No, yeah, you put. Wait, have you ever heard of someone putting a dog dick as like lipstick?
Ugh.
Like on the lip, dog. Like I've never even heard of that term. That's what we used to call a red rocket.
Red rocket, yeah.
And it's like you fucking like I don't know. That's some other shit, dude.
I haven't been around dogs that much in my life, but I swear I've heard people be like, "Oh, your lipstick. Look at the lipstick."
People, yeah, they pointed out. That's so weird. Why did they point out the dog dicks?
I know. Isn't that the kind of thing you should just ignore?
I mean, something like that, yeah.
You know, I always think must be a weird decision too. Is like as a father, like. Even like my sister and her brother or her husband, who's my brother-in-law, they have 2 boys, but they already they just said that it's weird for parents and stuff because you have to decide like at one point your kid's a baby and you can just show their nipples like in a photo if he doesn't have a shirt on or whatever.
Yeah.
But then like what is the exact point where you can't show that on social media or anything?
I say I don't know. Probably when the baby can talk and say no. Until the baby can say a verbal consent, I think you can do whatever you want.
I kind of think, yeah. That
Well, not whatever you want, but...
Well, once they're talking and stuff, you know, like a 4-year-old girl probably like shouldn't be on Instagram with her shirt off, like in her mom's photo, right?
I mean, probably, yeah.
Is that weird, though, to like be that cautious about it?
Oh, I mean, no. I mean, why would you want your 4-year-old daughter to be exposed?
But you know, like little kids are always running around with no clothes on.
I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, if I had a girl, she's wearing clothes until she's 18. Like, I don't want my 4-year-old being exposed on Instagram.
Oh no, hell no. But my parents or my sister, she's always posting photos of like her kids and just doing funny like kid things and stuff. But I know that she's got to censor it sometimes.
Wait, she posts like of her kids like with no shirt on or something?
Or no, but she has 2 boys. But like sometimes she'll have like a hilarious photo of something happening, but then like, you know, the kid's 2, but his friggin' wiener's out. So she has to like put a big like, you know, emoji over it or something.
I don't know. This is like gonna
definitely no little boy penis on Instagram. They're deleting that shit.
Right. I mean, it's definitely a touchy subject, but
no pun intended.
I think like I've seen a lot. I mean, I'm like I walk around like a beach. Right, and like they'll be changing a diaper of like a 3-year-old, or some bullshit. Like dick will be out, and it's like, I mean, I think that's normal.
Oh yeah, on the beach, but not on social media. Like even if you were just taking a photo and that happened to be in the photo, that would be weird.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to take a photo of your kid's wiener and put it on Instagram, but
no, definitely not. But have you ever been to a nude beach?
Yeah, I went to in South Beach.
Really?
Yeah.
You love it?
I mean, not really. It's just like a bunch of like titties.
Yeah, but did you see anything that looked good?
I mean, yeah, but I didn't really want to stare. I think that's rude.
Really? See, because when I was like 19, me and my friends went on this BMX trip, and we went to France, and we just went to this fucking nude beach we heard about, and you know, we were walking around naked. It was my first time ever walking around naked in public as an adult, like at the beach and stuff. And I remember that we're walking along the beach, and then there was like this sort of like wooded section to the beach, and we started to sort of like walk through that part, and then we realized this is like the gay section.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That there's a gay section to the nudist beach, and that it's like the part with all the trees, and all these guys are just, it's all guys.
Did they fuck?
I didn't see any fucking, but it seemed like, you know, they probably, there's got to be a reason why they're sort of like, you know, gravitating towards like the wooded area where there's like more like hiding space and stuff, right?
Dude, could you imagine having, no, dude, that's.
On the beach?
I mean, just with a man. I mean, in general, dog.
You're still trying to process the idea of the fact that people do that?
I mean, I won't even do anal with a girl, but you know, actually, okay, Adam, I gotta tell you something.
You did anal?
No. Okay, so me and my friends, we have a game that we play, and my viewers know this. It's called the Are You Gay Now game.
Okay.
And we do, usually with my roommate and like with other fucking people that are very close friends, and we'll do a thing where it's like, we'll scream, "Are you gay now?" And then I'll, you know, pull my fucking friend's pants down and pull my pants down, and we'll be jacking each other off, and then whoever gets hard first is gay, and that's the game. Luckily, none of us have ever gone hard, so we've never lost the game yet.
Wow.
We have yet to lose, but one day someone will lose. And I've gone pretty far. I put a or a drill in my roommate's asshole. I did that last night, actually. Put a drill in his asshole with like a piece of like cotton at the end of it, so it didn't hurt him. I went slow, and then to see if like he would get like a boner from that. And then
he let you do this?
Well, yeah, it's the Are You Gay Now game.
Wow. He was sort of down for this? I don't think I'm down for it. I don't want to play this game.
I mean, as long as you're not gay, you'll never lose.
I think that the moment when I had a drill bit inside of my asshole would probably be the moment where I was like, okay, now I'm gay.
I mean, but
It's official.
As long as you don't get a boner.
Well, see, I'm not going to retell this entire story because I told this previously on the podcast, but me and my girl, we were at the Porn Awards in Vegas, which I would also recommend that you go to next year. That would be great for your stream.
Are they naked there?
Not like walking around the hotel and stuff. You'd have to definitely be really careful with like walking around the convention. But like last year, the rule was that they like couldn't show nipples and stuff. So I think you might be all right.
Okay.
You definitely want to be careful though. But yeah, so at the Porn Awards, me and my girl, we go to this party and we just see that it's a fetish party, you know?
Yeah.
We go in there and all of a sudden it's like a dude getting fucked with a strap on in the ass by another dude in front of us at this big party.
Why would he need to use a strap on if he has a dick already?
Oh, right. Well, yeah, actually it was a girl. That's right. It was a girl wearing a strap on fucking the guy, yeah. Although I think there might have been like a guy fucking. There might have been guy on guy at a certain point too. Either way, like I mean, these dudes are like bound and gagged and like just getting fucked in the ass, and then they're sucking the fake dick right after it was in their ass and shit.
What? That's I could never.
It was fucked up, bro. But anyway, my girl was doing basically the "Are You Gay Now" challenge that you were just describing because she goes over and sort of pats my crotch because she wanted to see if I was getting a boner or not.
Were you?
No.
And then what? Did she want you to go and do some shit like that?
Hell no. She just wanted to see if I was gay or not.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's very easy to tell if someone's gay or not. So.
You think?
I mean, if they're like going and getting fucked in the ass by dildos, I think, yeah.
Okay, but she was just trying to see if maybe I had some sort of secret appreciation for this guy on guy thing, you know?
That's funny, actually. That's the. I think. Adam, I think you should play. Like, you've never done gay shit with your friends as like a joke?
No, back when I was in high school, we used to just definitely like wrestle and sort of like punch each other in the nuts and like, you know, grab each other's dicks and shit a little bit. Like, I don't know. Like, that seems like such a thing I would do when I was like 15, though, and that I would never do now.
I don't know. It's just fun.
It's just fun.
Like, it's not, I don't know. It's not gay. Like, I don't know, dog. I've had like dick, like fucking like my dick in mouths and shit, but.
In guys' mouths?
Well,
why?
Not like fully in the mouth, but like on the lips and like on the lip.
So what, you're saying that you put your dick on your friend's mouth? Why?
To see if I would get hard. I mean, he's like, hey.
Was he sleeping or something?
No, he was like, hey, I bet I can get you hard. And I was like, no, you can't. And then, you know, I put my dick on his lip and then, like, it's just a game.
You didn't get hard?
No,
it's just a game.
It's a game, dude. Like
Chris Long is like, what? You realize that logic wouldn't really like pass for almost anybody, right? Like, oh yeah, I put my dick in a mouth, but it was so you put your dick in a mouth. As long
as I'll get a boner, like, is it gay?
So if you were on a lie detector test,
I've done that.
Okay, and they said, have you ever put your dick in a mouth? You would have to say yes.
I mean, it's true.
Gang shit. Okay, I was just checking.
I mean, think about it. You saw guys getting fucked in the ass, but you didn't get a boner.
No.
So are you gay?
No.
So how would I be gay?
I feel like if I had walked up and said like, hey, one of you guys check my cock out, suck it for a little bit, then that would probably be gay. Even if I tried it, I feel like that's kind of gay.
I mean, technically it is, but I'm not attracted to it.
I guess what you got to really think about though is there like a grace period where do you feel like a guy who gets fucked in the ass one time by another guy is gay for the rest of his life? Would you say?
I mean, it depends if that guy enjoyed getting fucked in the ass. If he didn't, then no. If he did, then yeah.
Interesting. See, I feel like to me it's kind of like he's gay either way after that, but I feel like we do like it would be nice if we had like sort of like a system in place where you could say, okay, you know, you could do it once for like, you know, 5 to 10 minutes and, you know, just to find out. Like for example, I remember my music teacher telling me that when I was in high school that like back in the 70s when weed was first coming out, that they were like, oh, like any teachers who want to try weed so they know what it does to you, you can come and smoke weed like with these cops. And then like that's like this one time that it's legal for you to smoke weed as a teacher. What I'm describing is kind of like a one-time pass for you to get fucked in the ass by a guy so that you can do it, you, specifically you, can do it and you won't be considered gay after.
I mean, sure. I mean, I wish there was something like that too. But I mean, I would never let anything in my butthole.
Oh, okay.
But
so that's the one. What about your mouth?
Like,
would you let the guy put a dick in your mouth?
No, I don't want no dick around my mouth or around my butthole or nothing, dude.
But you're cool with having your dick sort of like on a guy's mouth.
I guess I'll say it this way. I'm not gay, but if there was a guy with a hot girl and the guy,
I forgot to attach link to other song I wanted reposted. Here's the link to both of them.
And they both wanted to suck my dick. Like, I'll probably let that shit fly. Like, because I'm there for
You're trolling me. Come on.
No, I'm serious. Okay, I'm there for the girl. She's the one keeping my boner, and
you just
alive.
let the guy sort of slurp it up a little bit too?
If the girl's sucking me off and then the guy's just kind of like, hey, fucking want to, I don't know, like...
I don't want to act like I'm the fucking dude who gets to decide what's straight and what's gay or who's heterosexual or not, but I am almost willing to say that we got to kick you out of planet heterosexual right now for what you just said. That I don't know how you can consider to call yourself straight.
Because I'm not attracted to the dude.
Yeah, but you'd let him suck your dick a little bit?
I mean, if I had to, if the girl was only going to suck my dick, if the guy had to suck my dick too.
You want to get head from some woman so bad that you're going to completely turn your back on your known sexual preference.
I just don't think it's that big of a deal. Like, wow. I'm not gay, but like, dude, I'm not going to nut in the dude's mouth, so it ain't like a big deal. You know, it's just like you close your eyes, it's all the same shit. Like, honestly.
I don't know to what extent I should be taking you serious right now, but Jesus Christ, this is a really depraved conversation that we just had. Have you done anything in 2018 sexually that like stands out to you as like just a wild experience that you took part in?
No.
Nothing too crazy?
No, I'm trying to think, like, not really, dude. Like, I think I had sex, like, in my living room instead of my bed.
Wow, that's freaky. I was thinking the other day, me and my girlfriend, I think we have sex on the couch more than the bed.
Oh, man, I think...
Because we're watching TV, and then we'll just sort of pump one out, and then we'll go back to watching TV for a couple hours, and then maybe do it again, you know?
I don't know. My sex life is very plain. Like, Oh, okay, never mind. The chat reminded me. The RV trip. I got a blowjob from... You're not going to believe this shit. I got a blowjob from this girl who was married. Her husband is in the bedroom, or in the RV with me. And you know Dan Kwan?
Yeah.
Dan Kwan is there as well, getting sucked off by the same girl. And Anything for Views is in the corner recording it under a blanket.
And her husband was doing what?
Slapping her ass and telling her to suck that dick.
Oh, so he was in on this the whole time.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That's lit, bro.
Yeah.
So you're telling me Dan Kwan got a boner from a girl?
Yeah.
Wow, all right.
Wait, what do you mean? You thought he was gay?
I mean, I definitely had some doubts during my time hanging out with him.
Well,
you ever have your doubts with him?
Sometimes, but he
kept saying weird sexual things to me.
Like what?
I don't even really remember that many of them, but I was sort of surprised when I saw you were hanging out with him just because, to me, I felt like he wanted to do me or something at a certain point, and it kind of sussed me out a little bit. I'm cool with him now, but...
I mean, he might be bi, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I do get that vibe from him, but...
I think he might be the kind of guy who wants to fuck a guy and is just too scared to do it.
Actually... I do have to say something.
Yes.
When we were in the RV with that girl sucking us off, he actually didn't come. He got hard, and she was sucking him for like 10 minutes, but he never came. The girl gave up. So...
You came?
I came like pretty quickly. I mean,
on Dan Kwan's face?
No, the nut hit his arm because she took her fucking mouth off for a sec and it squirted out.
You should have ran over and came on Anything for Views' face.
I mean, I didn't even know he was there. Literally, I come and then he like gets out of the blanket with his phone in my fucking face recording, and he's like, "Hey," like laughing. I'm like, dude. And like I got him to delete the fucking video like a
he
day
deleted
later.
it?
I made sure he deleted it. I don't want that I don't want some girl sucking my dick on the internet.
Right, that getting out would be bad for your career.
Yeah, that would not be good.
I want to look at my phone and see if Keem starts freaking out because this isn't uploaded yet. No, he's not freaking out yet.
Oh, you're doing Drama Alert, right?
We filmed it earlier today. He's still editing it right now.
Why did how that end up going into place?
Drama Alert? He said who's down to do it. I said I'll do it. I don't know though. I'm not sure if we should put it out like because okay, say he finishes editing it right now. I think he's gonna have to drop it tomorrow afternoon. He's just gonna have to accept it. Okay, I gotta ask you about this because everybody wants me to ask about it. You were getting an Uber ride from my girlfriend's mother.
Yes. I didn't know. I didn't even know. So I'm just like, she said her daughter did like YouTube, and I'm trying to figure out like who the fuck she's talking about. Just for just it was funny. And then she kept giving hints and more hints and more hints, and eventually my viewers figured out that it was Lena. And because based on what the mom was saying, and then when she figured it out, the mom didn't want to be on stream, and like I didn't tell her that we were streaming. She was just like assuming we were doing like a video, but it was actually live. And then she's
one of those people that was unable to comprehend the idea of it being live.
Something like that. And then she was like, please delete the video and shit. I'm just like, well, okay.
The thing is,
so yeah, that was a little awkward for me, because I thought like, I don't know, like Lena would be like fucking pissed or something,
right,
or whatever.
She was pissed at her mom.
Really?
Yeah, because she's saying a bunch of crazy shit to you. I mean, just I don't know. It's a rough situation, like when you sort of have like, from my perspective, like my mom, my dad, they're like pretty exemplary people. Like they don't really do anything that I would be ashamed of. I'm never gonna like find out that my dad like woke up naked outside the bar or something. From my girlfriend's position, she has a mom that occasionally says somewhat offensive things on Ice Poseidon's live stream. It's like I feel terrible about that. Like just that she has to even worry about that.
She said questionable things for sure. It was kind of funny.
I heard about it. Yeah, but I mean, God, what a stupid thing to do. Like just to anybody.
Well, she thought I was not streaming, so.
Yeah, but in general, like if you're an Uber driver, you should probably just not say anything offensive to your clients if possible, right?
Fair point.
That's what I would do. If I was an Uber driver, I'd probably be not talking, or if I was, I would be a super censored. I'd be at like 30% of what I'm normally talking about.
Yeah, that's probably true, but fuck it. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I didn't care. I just was like, whatever. Fucking. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah, I thought you would hate me for that, but that's good shit.
No, I didn't care. But before you realized it was me or something, weren't you being like, oh, you think he gives her Zans? You think he gives her lean?
Something,
there was something
that's what
about
I was
that.
saying. Oh, yeah, 'cause I was fucking around, but that was kind of funny, though.
No, I thought that was fucking funny as shit when I heard that, too. I don't give a fuck.
I think it's funny, a lot of people in your chat, they're like, oh, he exposed himself for gay shit. But, like, they clearly don't watch my streams because I say this shit all the time.
Yeah, I say super gay shit. I don't fucking care. That's actually, like, a weird, like, line that I'm sort of playing all the time, because me and my friends, specifically kind of like my white friends or like my BMX friends and shit, like we just joke around about gay ass shit all the time, super weird stuff. And then a lot of times we'll be hanging out with dudes that are more like from the hood or more gangster, and they just don't joke around about like gay shit and stuff. And you'll just sort of have like this weird moment where like, I actually heard my friend Desto Dub, he was like, somebody said something super gay, and he just looks over at his three homies and he just goes, they bikers. Like, that was his explanation for why we would say something so gay. Is just like, they're bikers.
That's so funny, dude.
Which I get.
I mean, if I was in your position, I probably would just purposely be gay with the gangster guys just for shits and giggles. But that might actually get you, like, punched in the face.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I can definitely think of, like, if you were to do something like that around, like, YFN Lucci's crew, that it probably wouldn't go over that well.
Fuck it, dude. Content.
That's a fact. That's what it's really all about. Anyway, should we wrap this up? Anything else that we should talk about?
I mean, there's one thing I want you to listen to a song
let's do that. Let's definitely
that actually
do that.
my friend here made.
Oh, of course.
It's about when I got arrested at VidCon.
I love it. Got arrested at VidCon. What'd you get arrested for at VidCon? I forgot about that.
Me and Sam did a Trojan horse and a Fortnite llama. We snuck into VidCon inside this like llama, and then they, figured it out, and they opened this fucking llama when we're inside, and they have the police, and they're just. So
you were already banned from VidCon at that point. Why'd you get banned?
I don't know. I got an email before VidCon started saying I was banned from VidCon for what I did last year.
What did you do last year?
I don't know what I did last year. Just fucking streaming there, like doing my thing. But
did you cause any sort of disturbances or anything bad?
No, I don't think so. I just think they didn't want me to be going around streaming at VidCon because I think it'd be a disruption.
It definitely would be.
Like, I think a lot of kids would like follow me around and try to be on camera and shit.
What about you doing your own version of TanaCon, IceCon?
I mean, that's gonna be a lot of money, dude.
It is.
So I would love to do that. I just don't want to spend the money.
She was supposed to have 5,000 people. Don't you think you could probably get 5,000 people to show up to a hotel in the middle of Anaheim?
I don't think so.
No?
Tana has what, 4 million subscribers?
I mean, yeah, she's huge, no doubt. But I'm saying, like, she shouldn't have had 5,000. Maybe you could get 1,500, which is like if she had 1,500, maybe it would have been a total disaster.
You think it was a surprise for her to get as many as she did?
What it was that they sold like 5,000 plus tickets, and then the venue itself was only supposed to have like 1,200 people in it. And so, like when I was there, 'cause, like I didn't really like understand how bad it was until I started to see like people's videos and sort of started to see it from like the fans' perspective. Because my perspective is like they had security sort of like rushing us between rooms or whatever. So you're seeing people, but you're not realizing that like all the people are just standing in the hallway at a fucking like Marriott hotel and
doing nothing.
There's nothing for them to do. Before that, they were all trapped outside, burning in the sun.
Yeah. I mean, that's the main thing why I probably wouldn't throw a con. I just don't know. Like, I wouldn't be able to manage it. Like, It would just be a shit show, which would be kind of funny for the stream, but I'd feel bad for anyone who bought tickets. But I'd probably get, like, a few hundred.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I'd get...
You don't think?
I mean, I have
really?
only 595,000 subs. Like, I'm not that big.
Yeah, but I mean, just the level of engagement you have with so many people watching and just the fact that your Reddit and your Discord are crazy...
I mean, maybe one day I'll see and we'll figure it out.
Try it out, bro. No, but you think about what Tana did. She went and she gets Shane Dawson. She gets the Gabby Show. She gets all these big ass YouTubers. You could get Asian Andy. You get Brandon Hampton. Boom, you're in business.
Shane Dawson's a hell of a lot bigger than Asian Andy, so it's easier to
arguably.
So, a little different, but yeah, I mean, something like that.
Do you think that you are going to make free Brandon Hampton shirts?
I don't want to support Brandon Hampton at all. I don't like him.
Oh, okay.
I think he burned his bridge with me.
See, what I was planning on doing before he got locked up was at a certain point getting him and you on this podcast to sort of argue it out. Are you still cool with that idea?
I mean, I'm down to do that.
Right.
I just don't want him to I just don't want to try and help the guy in any way anymore myself.
Do you think that your fans that the CX holds that against you because they like having him around and now they sort of resent you because you don't want him around?
I think the majority of my fans probably think Brandon's a crackhead. So I don't think they resent me for that. You know what I mean? Like, right. I mean, they like, he's obviously, has good streams. But like my fans also know that he's like also a toxic person. Yeah. Oh. That's fair, I guess. I mean, I've tried to sort of squash the beef with him and everything, but then now he's locked up, so it's kind of a bummer. I wonder if he's supposedly on 2 years probation after he's locked up. I mean, break the law, shit happens.
Yeah, but I'm saying like 2 years probation. Don't you think that the probation's probably like going to be no streaming or like no? It's gonna be stream, but there'll be things in it that I think will like limit him a lot with the streaming in some way. I don't know. In the probation. I
mean, maybe like a curfew or something. But
he got in trouble so many times for like streaming related things. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. He's definitely going to have to be careful. But we'll see.
I feel like going out and streaming when you're on probation and if you get arrested or in trouble with the cops at all, you're going back to jail. That's like a bad feeling. Because at least for you, if you get in trouble, you haven't like completely fucked up yet, so at least you'll be dealing with that problem. Like knowing that you have this sort of thing of like going back to jail hanging over your head, that's got to make it scary to be on stream.
Yeah, I mean, if I was on probation, I would be very like, I'd be scared to do anything. Honestly, it takes one person who's watching to call the police on me, and I'm fucked.
Facts. That would be shitty. All right, I think we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna play this song. What's the song called?
Actually, chat. What would you prefer, gator skin or free ice? I think
you did this last time too. Well, you made me play some weird song.
I think free ice would be better. Gator skin's an EBZ song. You already know EBZ.
I just searched free ice.
Yeah.
Free my N-word ice. This one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm guessing you're not comfortable with actually saying the word.
I try to avoid it, yeah. Being sort of like a rap podcaster and everything would probably be a bad idea. All right, here we go. Everybody, this is Ben.
So he's actually rapping. He's actually rapping as well on this.
Him. You might want to take the headphones off.
Gotcha. Free my nigga Ice, yeah, he ain't just for life, yeah. We really need him out. Please let him out, yeah, yeah. Please let let him out, yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah, please let him out, yeah. Free my nigga Ice, yeah. He in jail for life, yeah. We really need him out. Please let him out.
Were you locked up for a period of time when they made this?
I was in jail for like 10 hours.
I'm just chilling with Adam, yeah, I'm just chilling with Adam, I'm just chilling with Adam, Little Dusty Host Skedaddle, I'm just chilling with Adam.